Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. You get fairy dust. I get fairy dust. Friend gets fairy dust. Little Amelie. Hi, Amelie. I pulled out a handout for you. I know you can't see it, but this is a handout of negative and positive cognitions. And when I was seeing clients in my office, I would have them go through this at the beginning when we first met. And then I'd have them go through it again in like 3 to 6 months and then again and again. And we would just check in on it whenever it seemed appropriate. Because what's super cool is that the number of negative cognitions would go down over time. And so it's really weird. And you can just Google list of negative cognitions. But I'm going to give you some today, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. But sometimes we don't like, it's like, ugh, I haven't made any progress. It's like, ugh, in my personal growth, I haven't made any progress. I'm still fucked up. I'm still messed up, that. And, but if you know, like right now, if I went through this list and circled the ones that, and the quote is, seem true today, seem true, not are true, but seem true today. And I'll give you one. The first one on here is, I don't deserve love. Does that seem true today? If you wanted to, you could even rate them from 0 to 10. Um, like a 0 would be, I don't deserve any love, and 10 is I deserve all the love, and see where you rate. And then you keep rating yourself. And then it's like, watch the number slowly rise to where you actually do feel like you deserve love. Um, here's just a few of them. These are negative cognitions. That's what they're called. Um, I'm not lovable. I am stupid. I am a disappointment. I am different. I don't belong. I only deserve bad things. I cannot trust anyone. I cannot trust myself. I cannot trust my judgment. I cannot protect myself. I cannot stand up for myself. I am not in control. I cannot succeed. I am inadequate. Um, I am ugly. I am permanently damaged. So they call them negative cognitions. What I call them all are symptoms of CPTSD. And um, the thing is, one of the ways, so how do we heal these thoughts? Well, you could reality test it. So the ask in advance bitch would be like, how do I heal these? It's like, okay, many, many, many ways. What's so great is if you heal one, this is what's so great about the psyche. If you heal one, other ones get better just automatically, because it's like, if you end up feeling like you deserve love, you might also feel like you belong, or maybe you're not so stupid or ugly if you deserve love. Like, so they kind of affect each other. So, one way to do it is pick one and don't give up until you're a 10. Um, One is to reality test. So it's like, okay, I'm a bad person. Let's do that one. I'm a bad person. Okay, reality test. Is it true? Okay, I'm a bad person. It feels true. Like when I was in a place where I thought I was a very bad person, it feels like it's true. But is it 100% true? And this is from Byron Katie. I love her 4 questions. So is it true? Yes or no? So could be yes. Yes, that's true. Is it 100% true? And what that means is that if you had to go to court and someone was like suing you, putting you on trial for being a good person or for not being a bad person, would they have any evidence? So it's like, oh, well, that one time, I mean, you could say, I'm trying to think of something. I was going to say, like, me doing a YouTube video. So I don't make money on my YouTube. Um, yet. I might not, who knows? But you could say like, okay, well, this is an act of service. No one's paying me. No one's, I mean, you could argue that there is some sort of benefit for me in here, but let's just say there wasn't. Okay, so it's like, okay, well, that's some evidence. Um, that's some evidence that I'm not 100% a bad person. Um, I could define the word bad, like what makes a person bad? Oh, they cheat, they steal, they kill, they do all sorts of bad things. How many of those bad things have I actually done? I haven't killed anybody. I haven't, I mean, I guess you could say if I eat animals, I killed them. Like you could, we could get crazy with this, but ultimately, if I'm, for most people, if I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan, then that doesn't necessarily make me a bad person. Or let's say I did something nice one time, or I gave somebody a compliment. Okay, well then and so if I gave somebody a compliment, or we could say like there were days where I didn't eat meat. Okay, there was actually 15 years where I didn't eat meat, but that's another topic for another day. Um, that then by definition, if I think eating meat is a bad person, then by definition for 15 years and a few other, probably many other days, I was a good person. So it's like it can't be 100% true. I hope I'm making sense. What my point is, if there is any evidence that at one time I was not a bad person, then I have to say it's untrue that I am a bad person. Because it has to be 100% true. Because when you think the thought I'm a bad person, you're not thinking with ambivalence or with a continuum. You're not saying I'm sometimes a bad person. You're just saying I'm a bad person. And so, okay, if you want to think that, that's, of course, yep, that makes sense. You have CPTSD then, in my opinion. People who don't have trauma don't feel this way about themselves. Um, and so you could reality test it. I'm not lovable. Okay. Well, already that's not true because at least I have had dogs that love me. I have had friends and people who not only tell me they love me, I mean, they could be lying, but their actions have shown that they really love me. So that's not 100% true. And again, you may say, okay, well, now you're playing with semantics, and that's exactly what your brain wants you to say because it doesn't want you to heal these thoughts. The main reason I brought these up to, so how do you heal them, is again, reality test. But another way is to gain some perspective on where you learn this shit. Because I don't know about you, but I've never seen a baby or a toddler feel like they weren't lovable. So at somewhere, and not to, I'm not trying to say we need to blame any particular person, but at some, you can tell the difference between a 4-year-old way of playing and then a 6-year-old way of playing. School did some shit to that kid. There's some sort of conforming that kind of like, I got punished for fully being myself, or someone thought I was a weirdo or whatever. And so you start to learn to tap it down. You start to try to control who you are. And then if you have bad experiences, then you can blame yourself for them. And um and the self-blame, I want to say, who does that serve? So one of the things that we do is we have to take these thoughts into context. One of the things I used to beat myself up was for having negative thoughts. And if that's not the metaist joke that I've ever heard, like, I already have CPTSD and I have negative thoughts because of that. But now I'm mad at myself for having negative thoughts because I'm not supposed to have negative thoughts. And if I'm a good person and if I'm a mentally well person, then I won't have negative thoughts. Oh my God, I have negative thoughts. I'm a bad person. Like it's a snake eating its own tail. But here's one I want to say. Here is another path. There's other paths to heal all of this. But one path is, um, who does it serve? Is to start taking these thoughts into context. Who does it serve for me to have this thought? Who does it serve for me to feel like I'm unlovable? Who is that serving? Because if I feel unlovable or if I feel like I can't trust myself, if I feel like I can't trust myself or have the thought that I can't trust myself, who does that serve? It's somebody, it serves somebody who is willing to have power and control over me. Being a good girl, if you suffer from good girl disease as I have, you didn't get that way because you're a good person, which I thought that's how I got that way because I'm just a good person. It really worked for me to be a good girl, and I got rewarded for being a good girl. That's how I got attention. That's how I got taken care of. That's how I survived is being a good girl. And so it's like, okay, well, you could say that served me, but it's really handy as a parent to have a good girl as a kid. It's really, really handy. So being a good girl serves your parents. I saw online recently, um, are there any of you out there who were a pleasure to have in class? Who does that serve? The teachers loved us because I mean, I'm like teacher's pet disease. Like it served the teacher for me to be a good girl and I got rewarded for it. So it serves the family system. It's so for you to not feel good about yourself or to have any of these negative thoughts, it serves the patriarchy, it serves the family, it serves your workplace, it serves, so really start taking these thoughts into context. Like when, because if I don't feel lovable, then I'm going to bust my ass to try to be lovable. I mean, it won't work because I'm operating under the thought that no matter what I do, I'm unlovable. But who is that serving? It's not serving me, except to survive. And if that's what I want to do, then I'm good. I don't even need to work on these thoughts, but I actually want to thrive and I want to be myself. And so these thoughts, each and every one of these thoughts, we don't get to be authentic. We don't get to claim authenticity and also hate ourselves. Like that's not being ourself. We're not our full selves. We're not living fully, we're not thriving if we harbor these thoughts. Now, is it bad if we have these thoughts? No, it just is a sign that we need healing. We need to heal these thoughts. And for me, one of the ways to think about this, especially after what's gone down in the last week or so, um, is who does it serve? Who does it serve for me to believe these horrible things about myself? Because if I believe these horrible things about myself, I will stay home. I will hide. I will play small. I will be terrified. I will, bow down, And so the root word for indoctrination is docile. So the world wants you docile. If you believe these thoughts, you are so controllable. You are so docile. You are so easy to manipulate if you believe these things, because all they have to do is push these buttons and we'll be hustling. And so for me, it is so important to heal these thoughts so people don't control me and then I end up acting against my own integrity. So. Think about it. Think about it. You don't think these thoughts on your own. You didn't invent them. They came from somewhere. Again, not to blame anybody. You don't have to do that. But did shit go down? Yes. And do you carry some of these thoughts about yourself? Any negative thought you have about yourself, it's serving a purpose, survival for you. But it's helping somebody else manipulate you or control you. It's serving the narcissist. It's serving personality disorders. It's serving people who want power and control for us to stay. It serves them to shut our fucking mouths. And we're not doing that anymore. Okay. I hope that's helpful. Love you. Bye.